One morning at home, Emma notices a cat drowning in the fountain in her yard. She feels nothing for the poor creature and simply closes the curtains before getting ready for school. She marks the calendar, adjusts her trophies, and it's clear she is a very organized and a talented girl. At breakfast with her widowed father, David, Emma tells him that the school will be awarding a medal to the ideal student this month, and her goal is to win it. She also asks if David plans on dating again, but swears it doesn't bother her. Just then, her aunt Angela arrives and announces that she's found a new nanny for Emma. Emma protests, saying she doesn't want a new nanny after her last one died. She wants Angela to take care of her instead, but Angela explains she already has a job. Emma then casually mentions the dead cat in the fountain, forcing David to go outside and retrieve the body. At school, a wasp flies into the classroom and all the kids panic. Emma calmly traps it in a cup and releases it through the window. Milo, one of her classmates, asks how she managed to do that. Emma explains that there's a wasp nest in her backyard and her dad taught her that wasps only attack when threatened. Meanwhile, David interviews a young woman named Chloe and hires her as Emma's new nanny. She'll start next week. Later, Emma overhears Milo admiring another girl's watch. When the girl goes out to play, Emma makes a trip on purpose. Then, pretending to be kind, Emma helps her up in front of the teacher while secretly stealing her watch. That evening, Emma practices in front of the mirror, rehearsing how to smile sweetly and look innocent. The next morning, she dresses up in her best outfit and asks her dad to help her look perfect. At school, the big ceremony begins, and the winner of the merit medal is Milo. Emma claps along with the crowd, but her foot taps in frustration, showing just how annoyed she really is. After the ceremony, David speaks with Mrs. Ellis, a teacher who praises Emma as brilliant but notes that she lives in her own world. During the after party, Emma vents to David, insisting she deserved the medal and criticizing Milo's flaws. David scolds her, so she quickly apologizes, pretending to be happy for her friend. Later, Emma invites Milo to play in the forest. They climb to the top of a cliff by the ocean. Milo grows uneasy when Emma begins acting strangely. Minutes later, Emma returns to the party and tries to convince David to leave. Soon, kids scream. Milo's body is washed up on the shore. His parents desperately try CPR, but it's too late. That night, David confides in Angela, worried about how this tragedy will affect Emma. From the hallway, Emma secretly listens in. The next morning, David gently asks Emma to talk about Milo's death, but she dismisses it coldly, saying there's nothing to talk about. Soon after, Chloe arrives for first day. While exploring the house, Chloe steals some tablets from the bathroom cabinet. Later, she watches a movie with Emma and bluntly calls the story stupid, which Emma doesn't appreciate. When Chloe asks how she feels about Milo's death, Emma replies that it doesn't matter, he's dead anyway. Chloe then casually asks if David has a girlfriend. Emma explains that her dad used to date someone but she didn't like her, so he dumped her. Emma also admits that she saw Emma stealing and begins blackmailing her. Now Emma can stay up past bedtime and eat ice cream with cookies while Chloe serves her. Days later, Milo's funeral is held at school. Everyone cries except Emma. Milo's mom tells David that the medal is missing and asks him to share any pictures from the party. Back at home, David almost discovers the medal hidden under Emma's bed, but she distracts him just in time. Later, when reviewing the photos, he notices Emma constantly staring at the medal. The following day, Mrs. Ellis arrives with a lawyer. They reveal that Emma was last seen entering the woods with Milo, and since Milo couldn't swim, it makes no sense he would climb to the cliff. While the adults discuss, Emma spies from the hall. Chloe realizes the truth about what Emma did. When the lawyer suggests Emma might have killed Milo, Emma deliberately breaks a cookie jar to create a distraction. After patching her wound, David asks if she knows anything. Emma denies it and even pretends to be heartbroken about Milo's death. Later, David finds Chloe lingering in his room, making excuses to be near him. Over time, it becomes clear she's more interested in David than caring for Emma. One afternoon, while working together, Chloe taunts Emma about Milo's death, warning her that the police are getting closer to the truth. Emma reminds Chloe that she knows about the stolen medicine and could expose her, but Chloe isn't intimidated. Sometime later, Chloe snoops through Emma's room and finds the medal hidden under the bed. Meanwhile, Alice is driving when a wasp suddenly appears inside her car. She panics, nearly crashes, and finally manages to pull over, unaware that the entire wasp nest is stuck to the back of a seat. Back home, David notices the medal hanging from his bedroom lamp. Emma quickly snatches it, but David catches her and forces her to reveal it. Chloe admits she found it under Emma's bed. Emma claims Milo let her borrow it during the game and that she doesn't know what happened afterward. David scolds her, explaining that Milo's mother wanted to bury him with the medal. Emma coldly calls that idea stupid. Afterward, David phones Angela, asking her to recommend a psychiatrist. On the way, he drives past a car accident without realizing Elise was the victim. That night, David dreams of his late wife and Elise appearing as a doctor, warning that something was wrong with their daughter. The following morning, David awakens to find Chloe dead in the fountain, but it's only a nightmare. At breakfast, Emma confronts Chloe for exposing her, and Chloe snaps, calling Emma a little psycho. Later, David forces Emma to return the medal to Milo's grieving mother. Shocked and devastated, she reveals that Ellis has died in a car accident caused by the wasp nest. Emma pretends to be sad, but David grows increasingly suspicious. That evening, he notices the wasp nest missing from the backyard. After researching child pathologies, he begins to realize Emma may be a sociopath. The next day, David brings Emma to a doctor, explaining her lack of emotions. But when the doctor speaks with Emma, she pretends she cried for 2 days over Milo. To David's shock, the doctor declares Emma perfectly fine. When they return home, Chloe teases Emma for having no friends, openly admitting she's trying to date David. Emma wants her to stay away, but Chloe laughs it off. That night, David heads out on a date. While he's gone, Chloe is suddenly trapped in the workshop as a fire breaks out. Emma watches from the window as Chloe burns alive. By the time David returns, the workshop is destroyed and Chloe is dead. Emma tells the police that Chloe liked to smoke inside. Afterward, David demands the truth from Emma. She admits pushing Milo, claiming it was just to keep him away. She also confesses that her first nanny died after Emma kicked her down the stairs. Coldly, she insists it wasn't her fault. The nanny should have protected herself. When David realizes she's also behind Chloe's and Alice's deaths, he loses control. But Emma yells back, blaming him for not protecting her from Chloe. David tries to contact the doctor, but she's away. Soon, the sheriff calls, demanding to question both him and Emma. Instead, David packs their things and takes Emma to the family's lake house. That night, haunted by nightmares, David considers using the gun he finds in the nightstand. Meanwhile, Emma plots her next move. In the middle of the night, Emma opens the gas valves in the house, nearly killing her father. When confronted, she calmly explains that she wants to live with Angela instead. Later, David secretly spikes Emma's hot chocolate with sedatives, planning to finally stop her. But Emma switches the mugs. When David was groggy, he finds Emma holding the gun. She fires, missing by inches. David wrestles the weapon from her, but Emma grabs his phone and calls 911, screaming that her father is trying to kill her. When David breaks down the bathroom door, ready to stop her, housekeeper Brian intervenes. As police sirens grow closer, David raises the gun, but Brian shoots him first. David takes his final breath as Emma cries for help. Moments later, police arrive. Brian tells them David tried to kill Emma. Angela also shows up, insisting her brother was unwell. Emma smirks as she hugs her aunt. A dark secret safe once again. And that's how the story unfolds. What did you think about this movie? Did the ending surprise you or did you see it coming? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to CineSnap, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out our next deep dive into the most gripping stories on screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.